want to consider this a rant video, or do you want to just consider this an advice video? Update on my permaban from Miiverse situation. As you can see, you are currently restricted from interacting with Miiverse. As you can see, I can still access Miiverse, but I can't, like, watch here, I'll go to Legend of Zelda series community. Can't click on this freaking post button. See, it's grayed out in the corner there. Click, click, click. You can see me clicking away at it. Now, normally, that wouldn't actually be too big of a deal if I could just never post again. I mean, it would be an inconvenience and stupid, but I could just use my other accounts for that. But, look at this. Yes, you're going to see a few of my friends, but whatever. Let's just go to whatever is the most recent one here. One of my good friends, Lunchbox, one of my friends I had. So you can see here's one of our conversations. I can't even write him a message. You're banned from even messaging your friends. What purpose is that? Why ban someone from being able to message the people who actually like them? Seriously, Nintendo. If anyone from Nintendo sees this, can you give us one logical explanation? And it can't be because if you're banned, it's to punish you. Punishment can't be the reason. Did my friends do anything wrong? Did I insult my friends? No. Did they report me? No. Did they have an issue with anything I ever say? No, or they wouldn't have been my friends in the first place. Now, I guess I could move all my friends over to a different account. But think of how inconvenient that's gonna frickin' be. If I want to tell people, like, later in the year when Mario Kart's out or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, who wants to play Mario Kart? I have to log on to my other account that I would make on the Miiverse, tell people, and be like, yeah, yo, this is Nindragon, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, I'll be like, who wants to do a Mario Kart tournament? And then I'll be like, hang on, now I gotta go sign on to my other account, and I'll have to use one account for Miiverse and one account for all my games, because Nindragon, while I can still play games and everything, has all my data on it, all my game data. Ugh. So anyway, the update. Why was I banned? After talking on the phone, not once, but twice with Nintendo, because the first time, the lady said, oh, we don't really know why, we'll email you in a day or two, and then I ended up going out for a while. I came back and I actually had a call from Nintendo, so I called them back. Talked with another lady, who was nowhere near as nice and helpful as the other lady, even though the other one wasn't that helpful. And so this lady said, after pulling up my record, my account, the reason I got permabanned was because every time you get one single post of yours deleted, it doesn't go away. They stack up. That's a warning, everyone out there. If you get post deleted, keep an eye on how many you get. Because you get one too many, it equals a permaban. No ifs, no ands, no buts. And she ended up saying at the end, nope, it will never be undone. It's a permanent ban, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, I went into great detail with her. I was like, a few of my posts should never have been fucking banned. I didn't swear, of course, because I don't need to get in any more trouble with fucking Nintendo. But I was just like, I remember a post of mine where I got banned. I got a 2-week ban because I called someone silly. And they're like, and she says, oh, well, what doesn't seem rude to you could seem rude to everyone else. Yeah, fucking crybabies who want to get banned and abuse the admin's power. It's that simple. Like, really. Who in their right minds thinks silly was an insult? Think of it. If you go up to someone on the street and you just scream straight in their face, you're silly, as loud as you can, they're going to burst out laughing. The lady basically said, well, she did say, she's like, basically you shouldn't say anything on the Miiverse that you wouldn't say to your own grandmother. I was like, well, my grandmother swears and everything else, or as well as most of the population on the planet does, including kids these days. And then she said, well, she laughed and said, well, yeah, basically, but maybe someone else's grandma then. So I was just like, face fucking palm. Like, are you serious? So I can't remember all the words, but I'm going to post, or not post, but I'm going to list you a few words. don't use these words because they're eventually going to bite you in the ass and get you banned or perma-banned. Don't use the word silly. Don't use the word atrocious, because in one of my posts that got deleted where I said a person had atrocious spelling, the person actually said on the phone, you're like, oh, atrocious spelling, that's insulting. I'm like, not really. And then one of my other posts where a guy called me a dope, and I said, lose the attitude, and apparently she even agreed that with the fucking assholes that's bullying, me saying lose the attitude. So don't say silly, don't say atrocious, don't say lose the attitude. Basically, you can only say the words that an infant first learn how to say. Like the first few sentences, basically, until you're in like grade 1. Apparently anything after grade 1 is off limits. Apparently. So, ended up the phone, or I ended the phone call with her when she said any other questions or anything. I'm just like, no questions, just a statement, and that's just, been with Nintendo since the NES days. Guess I'm gonna have to hang up my Nintendo cap and go back to the Xbox with Xbox One. And she was just like, oh, that's a shame. I'm like, a shame? No. What's a shame is you permabanning me for fucking ridiculous reasons. Actually, I think I said ludicrous reasons. But anyway, seriously, what other words can't you use that I got deleted for? Uh, Silly, atrocious, ridiculous. Can't use the word ridiculous. Um, Basically anything after, like I said, after the first grade that you learn how to say, don't say it. Apparently one of my friends on here, on my other account, he sent me a message saying that him and a bunch of his friends have emailed Nintendo uh, about me being banned. So I appreciate the support from him. If there's enough of you out there on the Miiverse who, I know a lot of people like me, like, I don't really have that many enemies. I know it could be a handful, and some people uh, didn't really like my aggressiveness, like how passionate I was about Nintendo. But, you know, if people on Miiverse want to support me, and I don't, like she said, it's the permaban's gonna stay. It won't be lifted, but if you want to try and, make posts and say stuff like continuously like bring back Nindragon, if he wants to come back, he needs to come back. We miss him. Blah blah blah. He didn't do anything wrong. If you feel like that or something along those lines, go for it. You have my full support, man. Uh, Otherwise, yeah, be careful what you post, guys. Other than that, I got nothing else to say for now. Uh, Original Blood Ace out.